What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Chasers Podcast. Coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren, along with his fellow co-hosts, Dorian the D.A. Albreton, James the Angry One Warren, Mike Mills, Daryl D-Dub Warren, and Dan K, the Hockey Dude. This is a real sports podcast for real fans. This is a sports podcast with no hot takes, no narratives, just real, unadulterated sports talk. Please be advised that there may be some colorful and explicit language. The Sports Chasers are the defenders of the fans. Now, here's your host and moderator, Kevin L. Warren!
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? It's another Thursday night of the Sports Chasers Podcast. Hopefully everybody's having a great week. As you can see, I'm coming live from another location, traveling. So had to bring the traveling gear with me, but all is well. Hope everybody's having a great week. And we're going to get into some things sports-wise, man. We're going to talk a little MLB baseball. We're going to do our power rankings. It's that time of year with baseball. We'll get about that. Hey, my man. Well, D-Dub going to get on me because I said to him this morning, that Yankee perfect game, man. Yeah, it was a perfect game.
It's a perfect game, B.
It was against the Oakland Athletics, man. Come on, Sam.
Please. Yo, is the Oakland Athletics, are they getting paid?
Yeah, they're getting paid. Yeah.
All right, bro.
Okay. But we'll get into that. Yes. And the Yankees were beating up on Oakland last time I checked, 10-4.
Yeah, I think that game was over.
Out in Oakland, California. So we'll talk a little MLB. We'll also talk. Ryan will be with us here shortly to talk NBA free agency, NBA draft, and some WNBA. And we'll also talk a little football too. Football will be upon us next month with training camp opening up at late July. So
it's fast.
It's fastly approaching, and we'll talk about that. We'll not talk about that tonight. But we'll talk about some other things concerning NFL and gambling that came up today. But with that said, I'm going to introduce the crew going from top to bottom on my screen. D-Dub, what's up, man? What's going on, man? How are you?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Bro?
Sports Chasers Podcast. Appreciate everybody joining and checking in.
No doubt, D-Dub. Let me before I introduce E. Get a couple things out the way. Make sure you like, click, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you also give us that 5-star review on Apple and Spotify. Go to Apple, Spotify. Y'all like what y'all hear? Hey, give us that 5-star review so we can jack up the algorithm and make it do what it do. Also, if feel upon your heart, you want to donate money, a QR code that I just threw up in the left hand of your screen. Hey, scan it. Hey, whatever. Well, that you want to donate to us, so we can make this a better production. We appreciate it, and we appreciate all donations and all those that show us love in the YouTube comments, also on the podcasting comments. And remember, we're on all major podcast platforms. So thank you for that. E, we're going to introduce the angry one. James Eric, what's up, brother? How are you tonight, sir? What's going on?
What's going on, fellas? Sports Chasers families. Another Thursday night. It's Sports Chaser night. Let's go.
No doubt. Shout out to those on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube land. Make sure you hit us up in the comments. Make sure you hit us up in the YouTube comments. Usually the angry one will be monitoring the comments. So get at us in the comments, man. So missing some of the crew today, where, as D-Dub alluded to before we came on, when the dog days of summer, and the June approaching, 4th of July here next week. Got baseball is pretty much standing alone, and you'll have the All-Star game here in the next couple of weeks. So we got that. And pretty much this, like I said, we got training camp. You got the NBA we'll talk about here in a little bit, man. But before we get to that, let me get to a story that came upon me today. and this is coming from the Athletic, and this is I'll just read it, and this is from James Boyd of the Athletic. The NFL suspended two co-players, cornerback Isaiah Rodgers and defensive and Rashard Berry, free agent Demetrius Taylor, and Titans lineman Nicholas Petit Ferrer for violating the league's gambling policy. The league announced Thursday. Here's what you need to know, according to James Boyd of the Athletic. Following the NFL's decision that Colts waived Rodgers and Berry, the NFL was already investigating a Colts player for a possible violation. A team official confirmed to Athletic earlier this month. After multiple reports circulated that Rodgers was the subject of the probe, the Colts cornerback said in a statement on social media that he wants to take full responsibility for his actions. Rodgers, Berry, and Taylor have been suspended indefinitely for betting on NFL games, while Petit Ferrer received a 6-game punishment for wagering on non-NFL sports at the club facility. So, let me get Ryan in here before we go on that. Ryan, our NBA guy. Ryan, what's up, brother? How are you, sir?
What's up, brother? You guys can hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. You're loud and clear, bro.
All right, bro.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure to have you, man.
Yes. So I read that story about the NFL before we and the suspensions of Isaiah Rodgers and Rashard Berry and Demetrius Taylor and Nicholas Petit Ferrer. The NFL has a problem, I think, in my opinion. They have made this where they're partners with DraftKings and the other gambling outfits. And now I'm almost positive. I need to look it up, but I'm almost positive that there's some kind of symposium on you better not be wagering on games and things of that nature. And this is what you got now. So guys are saying they don't know, and guys are saying that they're, ignorant to the fact, but I don't know. Let's see. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, it's simple, man. You can't bet on your sport. All right. You can't bet so you can't bet on your sport, right? And you can't be at a facility betting on other sports. You can be at home. If you're a football player, you can be at home and bet on basketball, bet on baseball, whatever. But you can't bet on your own sport. It's just a conflict of interest with that. It's just, listen, man, with gambling, you're going to have, I hate to say it, you're going to have degenerates. People just get off on gambling like that, whether you're a professional sports player or not. So, and it seems like it's only the football players who are having this issue.
Right.
Basketball players ain't getting hit. FanDuel's partnered with the NBA. They're not getting in trouble. In trouble. So they just got to be smart, man. And and it's quite simple, man. Don't bet on anything if you're at your facility. Don't bet on your sport. All right. You can be at home and bet on, if you're a football player, you can bet other sports. You just can't bet on your sport. It's simple. But,
well, if it's that simple, Ryan, what is going on with these guys? Well, you answered my question, right? There's degenerates, right?
I mean, that's a part of it. And also they're like, oh, it's not that much money. Doesn't matter if it's that much money or not. You still can't do it. So they get bored. I mean, I don't know, because like if I'm a professional player, you would have to think they would know these rules. And I'm pretty sure before the NFL, NBA, and before they made sports gambling, and passed a law and made it official and made it legal, I'm pretty sure they had before they launched it, they had meetings and on what to do and what not to do and what you can do and what you can't do. It's just some people just being careless. That's all it is. They're just being careless. In my opinion, they're being careless, man.
Gotcha.
And sometimes, man, with gambling, bro, it's take it from a person who gambles. I gamble a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a small gambler. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cheap. You know what I'm saying? But even if it's a $1 bet, I got a FanDuel lineup for $1 for the WNBA tonight, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying, and I'm watching it just to see if it's going to hit or not. It's just the adrenaline of gambling. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like you go to a horse race, you go to to the track and watch the ponies. You know what I'm saying? You put $2 on number 13. And you see 13 win and you win $12, but you happy, bro. It's like, oh my God, it's so exhilarating to you. You know what I'm saying? It's just so no matter what the wager is, it all stems from people having that high, like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? It's a gamble. So, it's the reward is whether it's small or big, the adrenaline rush that you get from winning is just great. But these guys have to be more responsible, man, and they're being careless. That's what, in my opinion.
It's costing them too, right? So look at what's that, Ridley, right? It cost them a whole year.
Yeah, it cost them like $7 million or something like that.
That's
and what did he bet? Like, what was like $1,200 or something like that?
$1,200 bet.
Yeah.
Well, check out for Rodgers and Berry, right? Rodgers and Berry from the Colts, they got waived.
Yep.
Yeah,
they got waived.
They told them,
consequences of the suspension.
Yes. And you know what? And you know why they got waived? Because they drilled this to their players, and they still did it. So if you're not a top superstar, they're not even going to put up with it. Just like, let's go. You can't even follow the simple
rules and regulations.
Don't bet while you're at the facility, and don't bet on the teams. No,
and don't bet on your sport. Period. You can't bet on your sport. Period. If I play for the Colts,
right?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
If I play for the Colts, I can't bet on the Titans anywhere. I can't bet on football. Whatever sport you play, you cannot bet on it. A football player can bet on basketball, baseball, whatever it is, and vice versa. But so they're just being careless, man. And it's that, oh, I ain't gonna get caught type thing, or you're an athlete. Listen, athletes think they're superhuman, bro. They really do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
yep.
So.
What's your thoughts, bro?
Yo, man, these people dumb. That's all. I mean, yo, man, why would you attempt to potentially mess up your livelihood like this? It makes no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like you said with Ridley. Perfect example.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You were to some, you're a superstar receiver for a team, and you lost out on $7 million for $1,200.
Yeah, that math
ain't mathing, bro. That math ain't mathing. So man, you like everybody done said, man, you got to be careful, or just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's because some of these guys, their contracts are not guaranteed, so maybe that has a place in it. I don't know, but
you're giving them an out?
If the NFL, no, I'm just saying. I'm just looking at it from all levels. You know what I'm saying? But if the NFL really wants to put a hammer down on this situation to protect the integrity of the bullshit shield, then they'll do so. You know what I'm saying? Yo, first time you do it, it's one year. Next time you do it, you gone. Simple.
Well,
you can bet on other sports, like Ryan said. There's no need to bet on your sport. Come on.
Right. Because it's the equivalent of insider trading with the stock market.
Correct, Ryan.
Right.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's the same equivalent. So, and if you really want to do it, man, just let somebody do it for you in their name. Like, tell your cousin to get an account and be like, hey, cuz, here go $1,000, put it on this. Just do it that way. I mean, just crazy.
All right,
because how else could they track it back to that person if it's not some kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's tracked to your name, because with these things you got to put in your social,
Right.
Right. It's I mean, it's because it's all taxed, so it ain't. Yeah. So therefore, this dude went on. All these players who are getting busted, they put in their social, bro, and it's linked. And don't think the NFL and other sports people ain't got people watching these people. They do.
They get a report. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
of course.
Well, Ryan, to debunk what you just said, yeah, you can't have nobody else bet for you either. So
Ooh.
You can't, but how they gonna know? Is my
well,
point.
you just said they got everybody. There's mofos everywhere. Everybody.
I'm saying, but okay,
They watching you.
That's yeah. Well, I guess yeah.
They are watching you. All right, I got a couple things, Kev. One, what responsibility does the NFL at some point have in this? Because sometimes, to me, I understand don't do it, but it just seems like it's hypocrisy at its best. I mean,
It is.
you understand what I'm saying? You got these guys, you know, you got the whole world that's now because you done introduced the world to gambling to the sport when it used to, and then it used to be, you know, underground, and you know you could do whatever you wanted to do, but now it's, you know, the NFL is in a king side bed with DraftKings. I mean, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? So at some point, I understand, you know, there's rules and regulations. Believe me, I get it. But to me, it just doesn't smell right. To me, I just think if we're doing this, nobody should be able to gamble on anything or on any of these games if you are in the league, period.
Well, I think the reason why it's done, it just comes down to simple dollars and cents.
Mathematics, right?
Yeah,
right.
They found a way to be like, we need to add more revenue to this. So why not? We're paired with DraftKings. With what's the other one, Ryan?
FanDuel.
You know, the two most in the game, right? And I'm like, Ryan, I'll bet small. You know, like little $5 here, $2 here on little prop bets. Which is millions and probably even billions. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it absolutely brings about a lot of revenue for all the four sports, and you just can't do it. You just can't do it. Go ahead, Ryan.
Right, because you know, and to your point, it's about money because people are gambling on sports anyway. So this was a way for the leagues to recoup some of that money. You know what I'm saying? That they're gambling. That's why they went in partnership with a FanDuel and a DraftKings. Remember, FanDuel and DraftKings were just basically fantasy.
Yes,
sports.
Remember that? Yes.
So until they made it legal, that's when they opened up the sports book aspect. Remember, people can still bet on sports, but you know, you take a chance when it's not legalized of getting paid. You know, there's overshores, books, sports books.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
that you can bet. Yes. Right. But you're not protected. You could bet $100-$200 and win and be like, nah, we ain't paying you, dog. And what you gonna do? You gonna go to the government like, hey, they cheated me out of money. So you can't. So that's why it was illegal. And so basically, like you said, Kev, it's just a way for the NFL, NBA, all these sports teams to have another avenue of making money and then being a part of it. So and I think it was Adam Silver for the NBA who really said, look, we got to get behind the sports gambling stuff because they're doing it anyway.
Right.
People are gambling on sports anyway. So why not try to regulate it, tax it, and then everybody makes money instead of just these offshore bookies or the sports book in Vegas or the sports book in New Jersey or wherever it's at. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so they just want to get a piece of the pie, like you said, Kev. Basically.
And to the gambling stuff. So like you said, you talked about states like New Jersey and New York, who now you can, go to the casino and do this sports betting. So this is the only, so if you're better, all the better they should know. So only in your state that legalizes gambling, you're allowed to, do the sports book. Am I correct, Ryan? If I'm talking about that,
right?
So me and you in Florida, right? We can't do
they had it for like, I want to say, a month, where they had the Seminole Sports Book, and
right.
then they stopped it. But I think Massachusetts, Michigan, New York, and New York was, I think New York was the last one to approve it.
Correct.
And in the first week, I think it was the first week, they made, or the first month, they made like $5 billion.
And Ryan's right. It was crazy.
It was crazy. So you're going to have people who are just gonna gamble
Anyway.
for the love of it, whether it's a small amount. You're gonna have people who are degenerates, who are betting their mortgage. You're gonna have that. You can't stop it anyway. So you might as well get a piece of it and try to regulate it. And that's what the government did. They try to regulate it. But remember, even though you have the government, each state is its own entity in a sense.
Correct.
So
Yes.
each state has to approve it. Like, I'm still waiting for them to approve Florida, man. I was having fun doing my little parlays and stuff like that. Again, but I bet small, you know what I mean? So it's, but
I can't wait either. But
so to answer, I'm sorry, Kev, to answer your question. So I think out of the 50 states, I think only like 10 or 15 states are approved for the sports gambling. Yeah, it's not a lot at all. It's not a lot at all. Yeah.
And it's huge money, it's big money, and it's here to stay. As we can see, the last couple of years, there's there's 3 professional teams, 2 professional sports teams in Las Vegas now, right? You got the Raiders, you got the Golden Knights that just won the Stanley Cup. The Athletics are going to be moving, I guess, any year now. And
the Aces,
they need to move soon.
The WNBA Aces, who just won a championship.
Right, and the NBA is probably going to put one there.
The NBA is coming. It's not.
They've already said that, and that's a good segue to the NBA. But
yes.
but Kev, that's a good point, because the new CBA, right, that takes effect on July 1st. So now they're making it harder for teams to have like 3 max guys. So you can have max players. You can have 3 max players, but you can't have one that's like a super max and stuff like that. And the reason why they did that was they changed the salary cap and the structure of the salary cap, because they're about to have expansion. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be Vegas and Seattle is going to get their team back.
Okay.
So Seattle's supposed to get their team back, and Vegas is getting a team. I don't know when they're going to do it, but that's in the works. They're going to realign the divisions and the conferences when they come back in. So there's going to be some changes. So that's why they formed the CBA the way they did with the salary cap, and making it hard for teams to have 3 max players now, because they're going to want to spread it out throughout the whole league, which I think is good. So, so it's going to be hard to get those super teams, those big 3s and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think, I think the people are really tired of it. The competition is gone down in the toilet. And,
correct.
But until I heard the news, and Kev, are we switching out of this now?
We're in the NBA. Ryan did it.
The news of,
I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
No. It's good. We're done with that. No, go ahead. Do your thing, Ryan.
Because the thing of, I heard Kyrie wants to talk with Phoenix. Phoenix doesn't have no money for Kyrie, and he's not going
at all.
In order for him to go, I think he's have to take the minimum.
A mid-level exception.
Mid-level exception. That's correct.
Yeah, not the minimum, but a mid-level exception. He's not going to do that.
So what's that? About $3 million.
Mid-level. It depends on each team. Team. So I don't know what Phoenix's mid-level exception is. Maybe they do a sign-in. Maybe they do a sign-in trade and get Ayton over there. You know what I mean? And get Ayton to Dallas, and then Kyrie to Phoenix. That's the only, if he wants to get money, that's the, you know what I'm saying? But he's not going to do that, bro. That's just posturing. That's just, come on, man. We all know you're not going to, they have no cap.
Do that.
No.
You're not going to do that.
No.
And your man James Harden
That's a shocker to me, bro. Like I thought for
I told
sure.
you, I didn't think he was going to stay in Philly at all.
I mean,
all the talk was him going back to Houston, which I still didn't understand.
Right, but yeah.
Now they talking about the Clippers, the Knicks. Oh boy, I rolled my eyes so hard when I see the Knicks was hell, man.
The Knicks
if he goes to the Clippers, so you're going to have the injured three. It's not going to be the big three. It's the injured three because these guys collectively cannot stay on the court.
No.
So to see all three of them, you're going to have the Brooklyn Nets all over again. You may have 5 games total where you're going to see all three of these guys play at the same time.
Who's that? Paul George, Kawhi, and Harden?
And yeah.
Well, one thing about Harden, though, Harden does play if he's not seriously hurt. You know what I'm saying? If Kawhi has a fingernail or he's sitting out. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. But what would happen with Harden, right, is when Houston pivoted, and my sources in Houston, my sources in Houston, they were like saying that Ime Udoka did not want Harden. Did not. He's like, no, we're not bringing in Harden. So Harden was using Houston because they know that Houston had so much cap room. They have the most cap room. They have $64 million in cap space. So Harden was using Houston to leverage Philly, right? So he can get that long-term deal. And kudos to Harden though, because he did take less and signed the 1 year with the opt-out deal and took and I think he lost like $12 million, so they can go and sign PJ Tucker, and things of that. So it's not like he didn't try, but I don't know what it is, man. Like I thought because Doc had got fired, they were saying that Harden is the one who got him out of there. I thought Harden would stay, but it seems like what I take from him opting into the contract is that Philly wasn't going to offer him the max. Or they were probably going to offer him like a higher salary number, but maybe 2 years. Whereas when you get to be 33, 34, you're looking for years on your contract. You're not looking for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? You want that 4-year deal. You know what I'm saying? To solidify your career. You know what I'm saying? So, and then when the Rockets pivoted and the reports was that Ime did not want Harden in the building. He said does not want him. They pivoted to Fred VanVleet, giving him the money. That's the rumor now. So now the one team that Harden was using to leverage for Philly is now out. So now they're like, so now they're like, okay, Harden's like, okay, well, I want this. And they're like, well, we ain't giving you that. So now let me opt in and then look for a trade for a team who will give him that. Because I know if Houston was going to give him like a 4-year max, Harden was going to take it, bro. He was going back to Houston. But Houston balked at it. Houston's like, nah, we can't give you that. We can't. Houston can't give him the years because in 2 years they're going to have to re-sign Jalen Green and Sengun, who they're very high on. So remember, and remember with this new the new CBA, you have to think ahead now. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if you guys noticed, all these top guys are getting traded for nothing, bro. They're just it's just a bunch of salary dumps. Bradley Beal, salary dump. You know what I mean? Like it's
a huge salary dump. Same thing. Well, this is what the Clippers did. The Clippers just got back into this mix right now because of getting rid of Eric Gordon.
They got rid of Eric.
Yeah, right. They wait. That's how come they just jumped up in the pack for this guy James Harden. So,
right. And not only that,
that's $110 million off the whatchamacallit. So,
well, Eric Gordon had 1 year left on his deal. So that was his number. That was his contract. But he had only one year left on the deal. So I'm kind of shocked at that because you could have packaged him and made the money work and got it back, unless they know something with Harden. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So to your point, and they at the trade deadline, during the season, they gave Houston a #1 pick for Eric Gordon that turned into Cam Whitmore in the draft. So yeah, the 20th pick. So yeah, man. So these teams are pivoting off these contracts, and they're basically saying, okay, man, we just need these numbers off the books. So
let me ask you this, Ryan. Go ahead, Eric. And
I was just gonna say James Harden is smart because he's not like Kyrie and KD and all these other delusional players out here. He knows he could have easily opted out, and just based off of his name, people would think, not basketball heads, but the CFs would think that James Harden would go somewhere and get top dollar. Right. But being that he opted in tells you a whole lot. The man is not stupid. You know what I'm saying? He knows his value is declining. He's not going to go somewhere. Yeah, Houston would have been cool, but you see, they pivoted like Ryan said. So that's out of there. So he's like, you know what? Let me go ahead and opt in, and then work with quote unquote that I found that funny. Work with Philadelphia to get him trade partners to get him out of there. Which at least he's not. I've heard rumors, but at least he's not coming out and saying, "Oh, I just want to go here, 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 here." You got to go where people can A, want you, and B, afford you.
Right.
Bottom line.
Right. Good point.
And then after that is to see will he stay there for a year? Will they iron out a deal before they make the trade? You know, they always got these backdoor little meetings and stuff like that. So I'm sure he's not going to go just get traded somewhere just for that 1 year, and then he has to do this whole process all over again.
Right. Did it now. Exactly. Teams are not going to give up assets for you to be there for 1 year.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's going to have to sign whatever team he gets dealt to. He's going to have to sign the extension right when he gets traded, and they're like, we're going to give him an extension. So we know we got him locked up.
And then on the flip side of that, teams is like, you know what? I'm not trading for you. You could have opted out, and then we could have just negotiated a contract from jump. So there is a straight up standoff right now. I'm interested to see, how it's going to work out. Especially July 1st. You know, you just said it about the new CBA. You got to think smart, making these moves now. It's right here in front of your face.
Yep. Yeah. You have to think smart and ahead. And that's true. The upcoming CBA is fastly approaching July 1st, as Ryan forestated. Ryan, I was going to ask you a couple other players. Dame Lillard. Let me ask you this question: Does he really care about him going somewhere and messing up what people are labeling? Do you think he wants to go anywhere else, or do you think? Because I think at this point, go ahead.
See, with Dame, and I've had this debate with other people before. With Dame, right? He's trying to protect his brand, because remember, he ridiculed all those players who was teaming up. He's like, oh, that's just not me, whatever, blase. So he's trying to basically force the hand of Portland to trade him without coming out to say, hey, trade me. So he's trying, and they're both trying to save face, because in the league, bro, like the league, even with teams, they try to save face, because look what happened to Boston for a couple of years after they did that to Isaiah Thomas. They were like, nobody wants to go to Boston. Look how they treated Isaiah Thomas when he came back and played hurt for them. He was supposed to get that big extension. Then they trade him for Kyrie. And then, so teams have to watch other players. They watch how franchises treat their star players. Look at the Knicks, all these years with Dolan. Rumors of him not treating the past greats,
Charles Oakley.
Charles Oakley, and then what happens is you get a bad reputation as your front office, and like
until you start
players don't want to go there. Man, I would have loved for Durant and Kyrie to go to New York instead of Brooklyn, man.
But during that time, Ryan, I remember closely, because we're from there. People were saying, they don't want to go because the Nets are hot. No, it wasn't because the Nets were hot. No. They were hot. It was because of Dolan, the Knicks'
It was because of
reputation.
Dolan. Correct.
Yes. And I will always say, and I tell all these, bandwagon net fans, the Knicks still own the city. Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Yes. So
of course,
if the Knicks would have been spot on with their front office stuff like that, I believe they would have went there. But at the time, they was the bad news. So hopefully they'll change it. Go ahead, Ryan.
Hey, I say this all the time, man. The Knicks fans are the most loyal fans, bro. I say it all the time. All the time.
Well, it's a fault, at a fault, but go ahead.
At a fault, but I give them a lot of credit for that. But to your point with Dame, like I said, they're both trying to save face and not be the bad guy. It's it's like a marriage. You know what I'm saying? Both people want the divorce, but one don't want to be the one to come out and say it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like okay, we're cordial. You know what I'm saying? We're doing it for we're staying together because of the business. We're good. We're good because we're good business partners. But we're not lovers anymore. But you could. I mean, it's as if I'm not saying Dame doesn't want to be in Portland, because I think he does want to stay in Portland, and I think Portland wants him to stay in Portland, but they both want it on their terms, and that's the problem. They both want it on their terms. Dame wants you to trade all your picks to bring in guys, but who are you gonna get? Who are you getting? Who can you get to put you close to competing? You know what I'm saying? Without not crushing Portland's future, because Dame is getting up there in age. You know what I'm saying? He's not, he's in his prime still, but now he's on a downward, slope of his prime. And
go ahead.
Yeah, and they got lucky and got a top 3 pick and got probably a generational point guard. So you had to take him. You cannot trade Scoop to make Dame happy at 33 years old. You just can't.
Oh
no.
So I think it's just I think it's just a matter of time that he gets traded to the Heat.
So I was about to play that back for you. I was about to say, I wish DA was here. He couldn't be here today because he's got another obligation tonight. But you and him was going back and forth the last time he was on here about he was like, "Hey, Tyler Hero, he's not a scrub, man. Come on."
Right.
If they was to do that, what would you think that be the potential trade? Who would be the particulars in that to the Heat?
Okay. So what I've seen, with a lot of stuff that I read, right? Anywhere that Dame goes, Nurkic is going in the package as well. Right? So that means it would have to be Tyler Hero, who makes he signed the extension, the $120 million extension. Duncan, who had signed a $90 million contract. All right. So those two guys would work just for Dame. Then you would have to probably throw in Kyle Lowry's contract in order to and then picks to bring back Dame and Nurkic. Now, I say that it seems like it's not much, but remember what I said, what these teams are doing, man. They're doing salary dumps. So because of this new CBA, it doesn't seem like, it seemed like, Portland can probably get a better package, and they probably could. But I also think that they want to do right by Dame, because, like I said, other free agents, other players are watching how they handle the situation. They want to do right by Dame, and like, Dame, where do you want to go?
Right.
And then we'll try to make it work for that team that you want to go to. And the team is in the East, so I think I think Bam, Jimmy, and Dame will actually complement each other as a quote unquote big three, because they're not redundant. You know what I'm saying? You have stars like Kawhi and Paul George. They're redundant. They play the same position, bro. It's.
Do you think he'll make it to Golden State? Because there's chatter about that.
Who? Dame?
Dame, yeah, in a trade.
What you mean? So they'll probably they're going to trade CP3 or like they just traded for CP3? No, I don't see that happening. I read that too. I don't see that happening because, like,
yeah, I don't really see how that
because the only people making money that you can actually do the trade with would have been Poole, because Poole just signed that contract.
Yeah.
But they traded Poole.
Right, he's gone.
But, and that's another salary dump. You traded Poole for CP3, who's on, who just got bought out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's, I don't know, man. So no, I don't see Golden State as an option for Dame. One, Portland would never trade him to Golden State, never
within the division,
never. And if he's gonna get traded, it's gonna be out east. Now, now maybe can you say with Harden potentially not going to, is going to be out of Philly, maybe there's a three-team deal. Maybe Dame ends up in Philly. I mean, I don't, it's all rumors now and it's all speculation, but I really believe the fit is Miami, with Dame going to Miami and a package of Hero and Duncan Robinson and picks going back. So I really think that would happen, because like I said, I also think Dame would like that as well. And also too, because when you're talking about super teams, Bam is not really a superstar. Jimmy Butler's borderline, but he ain't really a superstar. He's a star, but he ain't a super. You know what I'm saying? He's not KD and Curry and, you know what I'm saying, and joining together. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't look as bad. You know what I'm saying? Him joining the Heat. It'd probably look bad if he joined Philly with Embiid, who's a superstar, just won the MVP. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't look as bad. So I think the Heat is the prime place for Dame, and and I'm excited to see it happen, because I think that would unlock Bam a lot. A pick and roll with Dame and Bam would be nice. Mm-hmm. So yeah. And
fell and saved Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler gassed at the end of that series, man. He didn't have no more left. I thought, with that series, man. So Ryan, before we move on, WNBA, and I had a question before you. Why did the Phoenix Mercury stink, man?
Thank you. Please tell me, please, because I don't understand it. I don't.
Okay, well, first of all, they're missing one of their best players, in Skylar Diggins. She's having another baby, so she's out for the year, right? Brittany Griner we all know her story, right? So she's playing well. Diana Taurasi, man, for as great as she is, she's one of the GOATs. She's 38,
she should have retired, B. It hurts me now, B.
Right. She's 38. They started off with a bunch of injuries, and they lost a bunch of close games, and so it's a combination of Skylar Diggins getting hurt, Brittany Griner just coming back, even though she's playing well, and then Diana Taurasi is she's older.
Go ahead and say it, man.
I don't want to say that because she's so good, man. But she doesn't.
Yeah, it's the airplane, man. I think they need more chartered flights. That's what they need. More private jets and shit, right?
Mother time caught up to her, man. Yeah. So, but you'll see, and just like people who get to when they're older, you'll see it in flashes. So one game, she'll hit you for 30. The next game she has 5 because she just can't sustain it. Right. You know what I mean? So and then there was a lot of question marks with the coach. They just fired her.
Yeah,
they got rid of her. And let's be honest, they're tanking. So you know who?
Yeah.
The next replacement for Diana Taurasi, Caitlin Clark.
That's crazy. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark. But Caitlin Clark has 2 years of eligibility left, so she wanted to stay for another year because of the COVID year. So if she wanted to stay, she could. But I think this is her last year at Iowa. So, and who else to, for Phoenix to get than Caitlin Clark to take the spot of Diana Taurasi, or even if Diana Taurasi wanted to stay another year and kind of groom Caitlin Clark a little bit, and you're getting Skylar Diggins back. and then you'll have Brittany Griner, 1 year removed from from her being in prison. So yeah, so it's a lost season for them, and
I got
yeah,
another
so
question though.
yeah.
So even with all that being said, we playing fantasy, we talking about, oh, what if and all this other stuff, man. But has the window closed for the Phoenix Mercury? And I ask that because the
For this
past
team,
2-3 years, at least on paper, this team was the team that quietly I have looked at to be that team because they seem like on paper to be that team.
right,
You had Taurasi, you had Dickens, but it was inside chatter. I'll just leave it at that. Bickering or whatever the case is that has led to seemingly their demise the last 2 seasons, along with
right,
injuries, of course. But
right. They didn't get
my thing
along.
is right.
Yeah.
So okay, yes, you fired the coach, but it's the culture. Will the culture be better for, say, when if they get Clark and they draft her and she comes in? Who's to say that it's still going to be the same pile of dirt that you have now?
Well, it won't, because one thing that changes culture is winning. If you have Caitlin Clark with a Diana Taurasi, with Brittany Griner, and you get Skylar Diggins back, and you have something. You know what I'm saying? Not you cooking with hot grease now. You have those three. So the I wouldn't say they have a bad culture. I mean, I wouldn't go as to say it was that far. Listen, when your two primary stars are bickering, and remember, it happened last year, and Brittany Griner was gone. You know what I'm saying? So Griner wasn't even there last year, and 2 years ago, didn't they? I think they went to the championship, or 3 years ago they went to the championship.
They was in the West Championship. Yeah,
Right.
West,
Okay, the Western Conference Championship. So yeah. So Caitlin, put it like this: Caitlin Clark would solve all that, and then some. She's bad, man. Yeah.
So okay, all right. So okay, I got to ask the question because you seem to be very high, and
Mhm.
rightfully so. Is she going to be the new GOAT of the WNBA? Come on,
No,
Ryan. Come on. Don't stutter, bro. Come on.
when you say GOAT, she's gonna be the biggest draw. I tell you that. She's gonna.
That doesn't mean that. Come on, Ryan. We're talking basketball here. We're no
Well, no,
CFs
it's
up
not.
here. The biggest draw doesn't mean
Yeah,
that you the
but
GOAT.
I mean, right? But GOAT means you would have to
I'm
play
the
out your career, bro. And you know what I'm saying? I can't call somebody to GOAT. They ain't even playing in the league yet. Is she gonna be one of the top players? Is she gonna be an all-star? Is she gonna be an all-team? Yes, she will. And they're gonna give her the ball, and she's gonna have that high usage off rip. And
So
yeah.
that is why I asked what I asked about this Phoenix Mercury team. How is that going to gel with the rest of those players? And these players that's on this team, they all need the ball in some form of fashion. Skylar Diggins needs the ball. Griner needs the ball. And of course, Taurasi is going to take a back seat because of age and everything else. I'm just saying that I've seen this before, not in WNBA, but in the NBA, where we see a guy that's high usage and everybody else is standing around, and that causes friction in the locker room, which they've already had.
Right. So with that, with you saying that, I say this: when she gets into that locker room, she's gonna be the rookie, right? But when she get on the floor, they're going to see how amazing she is. I mean, bro, she's really good, man. Like, and they're gonna automatically fall back and be like, okay, whoa, okay, all right, we understand. You know what I'm saying? And Brittany Griner is she works well with the team. She's always setting great picks. You know what I'm saying? She plays defense. I mean, obviously gonna get the ball to Brittany, but is Diana Taurasi going to take a backseat? Yes. Is Skylar Diggins going to take a backseat to Caitlin Clark? Yes. She's that good. And remember, Skylar Diggins is coming off her pregnancy, so she's going to need time to get back. You know what I'm saying? So they got Sophie Cunningham who can shoot. So No, they got Turner, who's a good like small forward, power forward. So they get Caitlin Clark, the future's bright. The future's bright.
Okay. We're gonna revisit this.
Absolutely,
What's
absolutely.
this? 179. Okay, we're gonna revisit this because I say Skylar Diggins is gonna ask for a trade to get up out of there. Yeah,
Probably,
Uh-oh.
probably, and they were like, okay, that's just more usage for Caitlin. And then maybe they do make a trade to get maybe other players and get more depth. So that could be very possible. That could happen to get more depth. But she can play point guard or shooting guard, and for WNBA, she's a big guard. Skylar Diggins is what, 5'10"?
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark is a good 6'2", 6'3". Yeah, or something like that. 6 foot, 6'1". You know what I'm saying? So that's big for a combo guard who has point guard skills, and she can shoot it, dog. She's shooting from the logo, bro. She's shooting from the logo.
Yeah.
Listen. I'm like, okay, she's really good. She's okay. She's good. But what she did to South Carolina, bro, and South Carolina was undefeated, and they could not stay in front of her. And South Carolina got dogs. They got defenders. They got wings. They got bigs. And man, and she chewed South Carolina up, bro. So and after that game, I'm like, okay, I've seen enough. South Carolina was undefeated, bro. Undefeated. And I thought South Carolina was gonna win by 20. I think they lost by like 10 or something like that. And they couldn't do nothing with her. So I
agree.
Let me ask you this. It's totally it's part of the NBA. So and we'll move to MLB. Angel Reese, how much time, how much eligibility does she have? What's her I don't know. What's her stock?
Angel stock is rising. Now to be fair, South Carolina beat that same LSU team by 30 points. Right? You know what I'm saying? So Angel Reese stock is rising. LSU is going to be good. They got Van Slyke from gosh, which school she go to? But they signed her in the portal. So LSU is going to be tough. And then with South Carolina losing all their players, so LSU stock is going to be rising. They'll probably be in the hunt again. With Kim Mulkey. So Angel Reese is a baller, bro. She can hoop. But I don't think she's like guaranteed like a number one pick like Aaliyah Boston or something like that, or or Asia Wilson, or she's not Stewie. She's not any of those players.
Gotcha.
I think she's a tier below that.
She's the B level.
Correct. I don't think she's like locked in to be like the number one player coming out. And I think she's a junior. I think she's gonna be a junior. And remember, all these players had that COVID year. So they have basically another year of eligibility if they wanted. So Angel Reese is she's all right. She's very good. She's very good. I think she broke the record for most double doubles in a season. So she's athletic. She can run the floor. She blocks shots. She has swag. She has attitude. So but I don't think she's in that category of a Asia, Stewart, people like that. And that school, she's not number one talent like that. I don't believe.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, he is Ryan D'Souza. He does our NBA and WNBA talk. Ryan, thank you as always, my brother, for coming
You're welcome,
through
brother.
and bringing the heat when it comes to the NBA and the WNBA, as you can see. So as we do, go ahead. Sorry, Ryan, go ahead.
10 o'clock. We got the battle of the super teams at 10 o'clock on NBA TV. The Aces versus the Liberty. Y'all team. Support them girls at 10 o'clock tonight. Aces versus the Liberty. Asia Wilson versus Breanna Stewart. The MVP and MVP runner-up from last year. They're both favorites to win the MVP again today. They clash tonight at 10. Go get them, girls.
Once again, he's Ryan D'Souza. He's our WNBA and NBA contributor. So as we say that, we're going to move on to Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball, just as we were talking, they announced their All-Star game, their starters for the All-Star game. But we're going to move into our power rankings according to CBS. Let's do it. Number one, the Atlanta Braves at 53-27. They're up one from last week. Atlanta continues to play well, and they keep on doing their thing, man. They haven't missed a beat. So Braves continue to play well. The the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, they moved down one spot. They're 56-28. The Rangers are number 3 at 49-32. Man, oh man, the Baltimore Orioles, man, they continue. They got a really good young team, man. They're 48-31, man. They are. And I watched that game last night between them and the Reds.
Cincinnati.
And, in Cincinnati. And yes, I'm a Yankee fan, and like I said, I was watching the Yankees a little bit in my hotel room, and then I said, "Oh no, it's 7-7, Orioles and Reds, man. What a good game!" And then my alert on my phone said, "Hey, Herman is picking a perfect game." I was like, man, against the Orioles, man, like this really don't count. But we'll get to that. Go ahead, Dito. Go ahead.
No, I was correcting. You said against the Orioles. I said no, it's against Oakland. But Oakland,
yes.
Hey man, give it to him, man. That's 27 up, 27 down, bro.
I gave it to him.
27 up, 27 down, man. You can't. Hey, it is what it is. Good for Herman. Even his, he has been, on the down, but it was good for them, man. It was good to see them celebrate, and hopefully, give them some extra boost for the second half of the season. That's about to, be upon us pretty soon. But the Yankees is 9.5 back, so just maintaining the course. So you got your man. What's a man? Stanton. He hit a.
He's back.
Hit a joint. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's back. I'm be easy.
Well, he's back. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's back. Let me continue with their power rankings. The San Francisco Giants are 45-35. Surprising. They are playing well. The Arizona Diamondbacks
they playing better.
They're playing a series against the Rays, man. That's this week, man. They're continuing to play good. They're 48-34. Corbin Carroll continues to play like an MVP, while Lourdes Gurriel, Christian Walker, and Geraldo Perdomo will have all-star cases. How about Cabral Marte though? These guys, these young players that they have, man, they're in there. They're doing well, man. So shout out to the
Definitely.
Arizona Diamondbacks. Then you got the Dodgers at 44-35. Yep. He's a new adopted team, I guess. The Diamondbacks.
Let me just say this: Corbin Carroll. If you don't know,
I just mentioned it before you got on. Yes,
Corbin Carroll.
Real deal.
He got injured. I believe in today's game or yesterday's game
against the Rays.
But this is his rookie year.
Year.
He was drafted in the 2019 draft, first round, pick 16. Okay. He's batting .290, 17 home runs, 44 RBIs, 24 stolen bases. Come on, man. This is one of the reasons why Arizona is where they at, is because of this youth movement. They got the older vets that was sucking up cap. They got them out of there. They drafted well, and they're playing well.
Ex-Pirates.
Yeah, all of that. Shout out to you, Dan.
Ex-Pirates. Got them all out of there.
I just wanted to throw that in there, man. Corbin Carroll, man. Remember the name.
Corbin Carroll. I mentioned him before. I said the Dodgers are number 7. They're 44-35. The Blue Jays are 44-37. Yo, the Miami Marlins continue to play well. 47-34. Had a couple peeps last week around the water cooler. they want to say, "Hey, Kev, what about the Marlins?" I was like, "What about them? Yeah, now, please, please, now y'all want to follow them, please. They've been playing well. Go ahead, D.
Yeah, 48 and 34, 6 games back. Hey man,
Yeah,
again they maintain it. Maintaining, keep it. Nice and light,
youth
nice little
movement. Yep.
jog.
They doing what that. Never mind. I'm not even
Yeah,
going.
they
I'm not
they
even. I'm
with
not.
it. They
But
within
Mike,
range. They within
Mhm.
range. They got Atlanta in their sight. So hey man,
Yep. Yep.
six games is good. If you 6 games, you in single digits. You can make a run in this second half. Definitely.
Can't say that for the Metropolitans in Queens. Oops.
Shit. 17 games.
The
That's a miracle, sir. I can't do nothing for you, and they know they can't do nothing for themselves.
Astros.
So much so that they had to have a freaking press conference with the owner, general manager.
I
What
told
they're
y'all.
not going to do.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Come on,
I told
stop.
y'all when they went and got Lindor that was fool's gold. That was going to be the beginning of them trying to be the Yankees AAA farm system, and they're not even that. So,
Mike Mills,
Well,
where you at? I need some answers, brother.
yeah, we need
word.
some answers, bro.
They need it
I'll
too.
tell you this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Escobar, the Mets look like they have started a fire sale. Escobar was gone last week. They traded him, I
Mhm.
believe, to the Angels. I believe Scherzer says, if y'all need to trade me, I'm I'll wave
I'm
my
available.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm looking for overtime. I'm available.
waving the white flag
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
while waving that
Well,
that no trade
well, D
clause.
Dub, you just said there's 17. The Mets are 17 games back,
17 games back, bro.
and the general manager, so the owner said, "Hey, we're not going to fire the general manager." Is it Buck Showalter's fault? Also,
I'm not gonna blame.
It's the whole team from top to bottom.
yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. Yeah, it's the
yeah.
organization fault,
This is
including the owner, Steve Cohen.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I can't. Yo, they try to put this team together and with throwing money at the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah, that works in certain cases. In this case, not with this team, man. I don't think there's any pieces here that look like that. Fits.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Um,
saying?
Mark
But
Cannon looks like he's going to be traded. Their left fielder.
all these guys act like they forgot how to hit. Pete Alonso's 220. Jesus
Mm,
Christ.
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother.
As I continue the power rankings, we haven't even got down. The
Trouble in
Astros at
flushing.
number 10, 43-37. The New York Yankees, my New York Yankees, Herman, threw the no-hitter last night, 27 up, 27 down. The
Oh,
24th no-hitter in
please,
baseball history. The
please.
fourth by the Yankees. Perfect game. The Yankees are 45-36. Yankees actually won the day. Hey, one of my surprises in the league, and it's another young team. Shout out to Joey Votto coming back last week and make it
Oh
do what it
yeah.
do. The Cincinnati Reds. The Cincinnati Reds, one of the charter franchises in the National League and all of baseball. I think they're the oldest baseball team. And I think the people in Cincinnati deserve a little bit better. And I'm glad they're playing some really good baseball. They are currently 10, and they are, I believe, they are in first place in the.
They are in first
If they
place.
put my man in the Hall of Fame and stop blocking him, maybe they would have had a better.
Hey,
Never
Kev.
mind. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Go ahead,
They are
G.
43 and 38
Yep.
in
They
first place,
playing
like
well though.
a half a game above the Milwaukee Brewers, who are playing well as well.
Yep.
This Central Division is pretty. It's not bad,
Pretty good.
man. It's
Yeah.
not bad. St. Louis Cardinals is only 9 games out,
And
so
they
I mean
started off awfully.
yeah,
Yeah.
and this Central Division is probably going to be good down the stretch. So look out for them. They'll probably are going to knock one. Somebody's going to knock one of them themselves off. So should be a nice tight division. Cincinnati Reds are playing fantastic. Ellie De La Cruz, my man TJ Friedel yesterday smoked
Yes.
one. Um, this team is playing well, man. So we'll see what they do in the second half.
Yep. Baseball fans, do yourself a favor. Watch the Cincinnati Reds. Watch the Baltimore Orioles. I believe
Arizona Diamondbacks. These guys
are
these
playing.
teams.
They're not only hitting home runs, they're also playing small ball. They're De La Cruz, man. Yo, to watch him and be on the bases, also, it just reminds you of baseball back when no launch angles and stuff like that. He gets on base, he's going to steal second.
Shout out to the Texas Rangers as well.
Yes, yes, I mentioned them to the Rangers. And shout out to the Reds. They're number 10 with our power rankings. They're number 12. The Philadelphia Phillies, they're 42-37. The LA Angels are 44-39. Shohei Ohtani, I
The
think he's going to
$700
win
million
MVP.
man.
Yep.
Again. This won't be no Jokic fatigue. He should win it again. Go ahead, E.
I'm gonna just say this.
I was talking about the paper, Kev, but go ahead, E.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say this about Shohei. He's must watch TV. I just hope that he doesn't become a Dame Lillard. I hope that he doesn't stay on a team that can't sniff the playoffs. When they get to the playoffs, they can't get out the first round. Yo, man, this type of no. I'm all jokes aside. This type of talent is what baseball needs on display at all times, from game 1 to game 165 and on to the World Series.
Facts.
This talent should be in the playoffs each and every year.
Preach, bro. Preach.
And
that's all I'm saying.
If you want to get your sport, you got to get the guy, the most talented guy, and put him out there and to be the face, so you can promote this game. And Shohei Ohtani is that guy. What's my man's name in LA? Mike Trout, who didn't, Mike Trout is just Mike Trout. He doesn't have that personality or that flair to be out front like that, and that's cool. But then for the ones that has it, Shohei got it, and you gotta display that talent, man. I'm with you on that. I hate to take guys and place them on other teams. I wish LA that they was able to put a decent team together. I don't understand it, but
it's ownership.
Yeah,
general manager.
Yeah, but I do agree with you, E, on that.
Let me finish up the power rankings here. The Angels, like I said, they're 44-39, playing well. They're in the pack. The Red Sox, they're coming back. They're 40-41. The Minnesota Twins, boy, oh boy, oh boy. 40-42. And what's his name is stealing money. He did all of that.
Oh, my man,
Correa
did all of that. And now he's ski masking his way from the Twins. I'll have to bring up his name, but then I think last time let me just
40-42. Jesus.
Correa Twins.
This division is terrible too.
Oh, God, man.
This division is awful.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't play above 500.
Oh my God, they're in first. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Nobody above 500.
Wow.
Holy smoke.
You see, I got up off that Chicago train. I'm going.
Well, yeah, that's a train that.
All them trains is on the track.
Yeah, and that's a shame though. But this division, somebody's gonna have to win. Somebody gets in
212. After he tried to stick up the Yankees. Excuse me, was it the Mets?
I think it was the Mets.
Yeah, the Mets. And the Mets. The Mets had him, and the Mets like, that would have been even more embarrassing if he was on the Mets.
Oh my God!
212, along with the other mess that's
going on along with
my
other man, who I actually like.
Who? Alonso?
Francisco
Lindor. I like Lindor too, but he's not hitting.
He ain't hitting, man.
He's not hitting, dog.
He ain't hit since he left Cleveland. There's a reason why.
They paid you all that money. You gotta produce.
You gotta perform, bro. And that's anywhere. I don't care if people really try to say New York. No, that's anywhere, man.
That's anywhere.
You take that bread. You gotta perform, man. I'm sorry.
Correa 212.
Not only that, Not only that, but you organizations out there swear y'all smart, right? Where's your scouts at? You see lineup he had where he came from. You see what you got. That doesn't no. He had protection. He had Jay in front of him, and he had I can't remember the dude's name hitting him back at him. That's why Lindor's numbers was the way they were in Cleveland. That is the reason why he has not reproduced those numbers in New York, because he don't have that protection in front and in back. This is based on people.
Yeah, man, Jose Soto, what is he doing? Let me see. Hold on. I forgot about him. He's been mighty quiet. That whole San Diego Padres. DA.
DA, where you?
DA. He tried to say, well, he
tried to slide out of here on the slide.
Yeah,
10.5 games back. Get out of here.
Yeah. And their salary is like almost the GDP.
And my man Machado.
Yeah,
Machado, where you at?
See, again, I hate to say it. He was in Baltimore, correct? Wasn't he in Baltimore?
Yeah.
It took him a while, but you see where Baltimore at? You see where San Diego's at? That's what I'm saying. I'm not.
What you trying to say?
I'm not.
Juan Soto and Machado and Tatis.
That should be both.
You
of
mean
them,
to tell me these guys
50 home runs each?
These guys are all protection. These guys lost.
Go ahead.
They almost sweeping the bottom of the floor, man. They are 37, 44, 10.5 back. Lost 5 straight losing streak.
Oh, they
5-game losing streak.
They are on their knees scrubbing.
Yo, man, San Diego, I thought that was going to be on the come up.
Nah, ain't no come up with them, man.
You Darvish and all them pitchers.
Man.
Yeah, so I thought with Soto being traded from Washington.
Wait. Didn't they get Blake Snell too? Don't they have Blake Snell out there?
If I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I'm done. I ain't gonna say nothing else. You got some explaining to do, brother.
They got you, Darvish.
Yo, they supposed to be. They supposed to be. Leaders of the pack. Yes.
Josh Hader. Get him.
Miss me. Twins are number 6.
Xander Bogart.
Oh God. All-star. For perennial all-star with the Red Sox. Xander Bogart. Let me move along.
San Diego, please. Shout out to Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah, shout out to Baltimore. Yeah, they fleets. Y'all got the right people in that deal. Y'all did it right. Y'all did it right. Y'all absolutely did it right. The Milwaukee Brewers, they're number 17, 42-38. The Cubs, 37-41. The lovable, losable Cubs. The Cleveland Guardians, they're 39-41. We talked about the AL Central. The Seattle Mariners are 38-41. The midseason classic, the All-Star game will be in Seattle this year. The aforementioned San Diego Padres, 37-44. Let me read this here from CBS Sports. It's still too early to declare that them finished or anything, especially with this much talent. I'll wait. Those 2 straight walk-off losses to the Giants felt like they could possibly be back breakers for the season. If you didn't see, yes, the Padres lost 2 back walk-off this week. It just looked like everything was going right, and then they just lost 3 out of 4 in the series before dropping up 2 or 3 at home to the Washington Nationals. Something is broken in San Diego. The Detroit Tigers, they're number 22. The St. Louis Cardinals are number 23. The hopeless and hapless New York Mets, the best money that you can lose with, is 36-44. The Chicago White Sox are 36-47. And Dan's Pirates, they started off strong, man, but they keep on slipping, man. They're 38-42. Washington Nationals are 32-48. The Colorado Rockies are 32-50. Kansas City Royals are 23-68. They had a steal of home today in their game.
I seen that.
You saw that, right?
Yeah.
against Cleveland.
Yeah.
And the Oakland Athletics, who got no hits, perfect game last night, they're 21-62. So that's Major League Power Rankings.
They've given
according-
up 526 runs. Oh my God.
You said that, and that was the top 20 power ranking.
I did all 30. I did all 30.
Oh, you did that? I was wondering. It's a little bit longer than.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
It's
did
like-
all 30. I did all
That's
30.
it.
We had a little time today, you know.
Yeah,
And you know, we're not one of these shows that just makes up other. No, we're gonna get out of here. It's
yeah.
we don't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
nothing else
Yeah, that's
to talk
yeah.
about, man. As far as you know, as D alluded to, this is the dog days of summer, man, and we believe in getting in and getting out. And we'll talk about some other subjects. So look for some other subjects coming up. D Dub and Dorian and the gang and the rest of us will be they'll be having a boxing special. They'll just be talking about boxing here coming up.
Yeah, we
D
got some
Dub,
good
I'll hand it
matches.
to you. What's some of the things y'all gonna be talking about in that boxing special?
We got some good matches coming up, man. With Crawford and Errol Spence coming up. That's a big one for in the boxing community. Everybody who follows boxing, those two gentlemen, we've been looking for that for quite some time. A couple other matches on this weekend. Also, we got I don't know if it's been signed yet, but we're also looking forward to Saul Canelo Alvarez to be fighting Jamal Charlo, one of the Charlo twins. So, you know, we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about Tank Davis a little bit of Shakur Stevenson.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we just, you know, chop it up. What's going on? What's good with boxing? What's bad with boxing? The heavyweights, you know, the heavyweights is what's right now is what's bad because they're not fighting. So, other than that, you know,
Okay.
the world of boxing, check them out.
Gotcha.
See who's up and coming.
Gotcha, man. You know, and that's what we'll be talking about. Like I said, we'll be having a hockey standalone show. Dan will be wrapping up the all 2023 NHL. He didn't get a chance to, so he'll be doing that. And that'll be coming out next week also.
He got a new face too. My name Connor Bedard.
Yeah, Connor Bedard. Yeah.
Bedard. 17 years old, man. Shout out to him,
and,
man.
And I talked to Dan today, and Dan says he has some words for you, the press and ESPN for not, you know, covering this stuff. You know, when he's younger, he said any other sport they would. And
yeah, the kid is 17 years old, man.
And he's a phenom.
He'll be 18 next month.
Yep. But I hear a whistle from Eric, you know, but you know, that's why we're here. That's why we're here to put light and shine light on other things. We are the other channel. Yeah. That's what Eric told me 10 plus years ago. He said to me, we was complaining one day on the phone, and he said, yo, y'all got to change the channel or be the channel.
Yeah.
And we did both.
And not only that, I forgot to tell Ryan, and shout out to Ice Cube and his big three.
Yes.
He's trying to do some things, and it's been some.
He's met with some resistance.
He's been being met with some resistance, and I would love to try to reach out to him to see if we could chop it up and see, you know, what exactly is he, you know, referencing to. I mean, we know what it is. You know, it's just like us. When you're on the bottom, trying to get and scratch and claw, and people are in your way or don't want to see you.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
and so you know, with him, he's trying to do it by himself or independent or whatever the case is. But you know, shout out to the big three, and we're gonna support what he's doing over there.
No doubt, man. No doubt, man. Again, make sure you like, click, and subscribe to the channel. You like see what's going on. Make sure you also like and click to us on any major wherever major podcast platform you can hear us and you can see us. Make sure you give us that 5-star review so we can mess up the algorithm and we can you know, reach to the top, man. You know, we try to do some things here. As you can see with the Sports Chasers, no debates, none of that stuff going on. Just because there's nothing to really talk about, there is something to talk about. You just have to do your homework, like how we all did.
Stop being lazy. Yeah.
Stop being lazy. And
so sick of these LeBron and Jordan debates. My God, Jesus Christ!
The fact that you said it, I should fine you.
Sorry, man. I'm just trying to, I don't know. That's the only thing that gets the algorithm started or jumping off. I don't know.
But that's a shame that
Jesus
that is the
Christ.
case. But not with us, man. Just if you and we really mean what we say in the introduction. If you really want real sports talk, real authentic sports talk, holler at us. We have the capability now, and we're going to be marketing that real soon about calling into the show. We have the ability to call into the show, so you guys are going to be able to call into the show. We'll be putting the number down. We'll be putting little social media thing out there, so you guys can absolutely get the feel, and you guys be able to call into the show. And trolls, we got something for you too. In the words of my man Star, shout out to Star. If you want to call in and start your nonsense, man. But good show tonight, man. Great show tonight, guys. Parting shots. I'll start with the angry one. What you got for me?
Yo, man, great show as always.
Yes,
Thursday nights, Sports Chasers nights. Shout out to Mike, Millie, Dan, DA. Catch y'all on the next one. Shout out to our viewership, our casuals that's always here and all the other stuff showing us love in the comments and all that, man. Yo, man, another great show, and I ain't got too heavy this time around, man. All I'm gonna say is pay attention to your environment, man. There's a lot of things showing and shaking. It is not what's put in front of you. So that's all I got, man. Other than that, everybody be safe.
got you. He's the angry one. James Eric Warren. D Dub, what you got for us, bro? What you got?
Yo, man, good show, man. Appreciate Ryan. Shout out to DA Mike Millie. What else I got? Hey, I forgot this. Yo, miss me with James Harden and the new big three in
Oh, the
LA,
injured
please.
three? The injured
Yes,
three.
the injured three. I couldn't remember if I said anything about it, but please stop.
Yeah. Eric said something. That's the name of the episode. The Injured Three. Yes.
The injured three. Please miss me with that. No, I'm not. NBA stop, man. Yeah,
And
y'all
miss me
gotta do
with that
something.
Kyrie to Phoenix. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, D. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that
My
too.
bad.
I'm
My
just.
bad. My
I
bad.
just have to revisit that just to make sure
Yeah.
I got it off. Pause.
Yeah. Pause for real. Hey.
Hey.
We have a newsletter. Please. If you like to hear, not hear, if you like to read good journalistic pieces, please click, and subscribe to the bottom of our website. We're going through a little revamp where when you click on the website, you'll be able to click to it and you'll be able to get our newsletter. We actually absolutely give some thought-provoking things when it comes to the newsletter. So make sure you check us out. We all no ghostwriters, none of that stuff. It's us. We're writing it. We're changing the game. Ain't
That's
no other
right.
podcasting folks out there writing newsletters.
No Audrey
They
over
just
here,
be
folks.
waiting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oops. Nah, ain't none of that, man. We ain't got time for it, man. We actually do homework when it comes to this stuff. We just don't just turn the computer and show up on Thursday. There's a lot of in-depth stuff that goes into this, man, and we're proud of it, and we take great pride in doing this and delivering it to you, whether it's 3 watching or 3,000. So, shout out to that. So make sure you like and click subscribe to our newsletter. It's on our website at the very bottom. Scroll down to the very bottom on the front landing page. Put your first name in there, whatever. Get your email, and you will get all. I think there's 13 issues out now that we've done. All of us were writing good pieces, man. Go ahead, D-Dub. You got something?
No, that's I'm in greetings with you.
Yeah. So, I don't have anything else. Nothing heavy tonight. No parting shots. I do have parting shots. That was my parting shot. The little infomercial. We got the QR code. Hey, the QR code even works when it's not live. So, hey, when it's not live, scan the QR code, man, and look out for us, man. Look out for us, man. We're trying to do some great things, man. But I'm not gonna belabor the point. We're gonna get on out of here, man. Hey, on behalf of myself, I'm Kevin O'Warren, your host and moderator. In their absence, Mike Mills, Dorian the DA Albritton, Danny Hockey Dude, and for D-Dub here, and the angry one, James Eric, and Ryan D'Souza, who had to step away, our NBA guy, man. Yo, this is a Sports Chasers podcast, man. Y'all be good, be blessed, have a great rest of the week and weekend. Hey, happy 4th of July. We'll see you guys next week. Y'all take care. Peace.